stop by. Time to grab a libation from the shelf. Have whatever you want, you gotta make it yourself. Sit back, relax, I'll make your troubles fly. A musical trip, nothing complicated, and if you tip, that's appreciated. Good fellowship with no mask on our face. From apartment 5 right across the park, I'll be singing and swinging till it gets dark. Don't worry about finding a place to park, just park it hot at Billy's Place. At Billy's Place. At Billy's Place. Park it at Billy's Place. Good evening. Welcome to the second episode of Billy's Place. Now, I think we got a false start there a little while ago, so I would appreciate it if somebody would comment and tell me if they're seeing me live.
That's good.
Are we seeing it live?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we got off on the wrong foot, maybe on the wrong Facebook page. How weird is that? Anyway, so I apologize for the late start. This whole thing is making me a little nervous, but that's because it's like I've never had people like performing. I've never been performing for people on camera from my apartment. So anyway, welcome to Billy's Place. I'm Billy Stritch. I'm your host. Welcome to the second week. We did this last week and had such a great time. And it's all about music, and it's all about just hanging together for an hour or so and having a good time. I took some requests during the week, and so I'll be doing a few of those tonight, and I hope you like the music that I picked. But first off, we like to talk about our signature cocktail. This cocktail is really not so much of a signature one, although it's my favorite drink. This is about as basic as it could be. This is just a wonderful Grey Goose vodka martini. Dry, but not very dry, because I do like to have a little vermouth. It's quite all right if you don't like vermouth, but it's got to be cold, shaken really well, and I like to have a garnish of olives, especially these little jalapeno olives. Now, what's great, when it's really cold, it makes a little icy froth across the top, which this drink had about 20 minutes ago, but it's still very, very tasty. So you guys have whatever you want. You can have anything from the bar. Here's the deal. You have to make it yourself. So other than that, sit back, relax. It's a party. It's time for you to just chill out and enjoy some music and forget about everything that's going on for about an hour. I'm going to do some songs that I hope you enjoy. And I'm going to start with a song. Well, this kind of came up for me yesterday. My friend Dennis Ritz, who I've worked with years ago. My friend Jim Caruso and I worked a few gigs with him years ago in Las Vegas. He messaged me yesterday and said, what about this song? I love this song. And I thought it was a great idea. And since I'm living right across from Central Park, I thought it was a great idea to maybe open with this tonight. And I dedicate this to my friend Dennis. Gee, it's cozy in the park tonight when you cuddle up and hold me tight. Stars above, they seem to know we're putting on the late, late show. Hear the crazy music in the breeze. See the flowers dancing with the trees. Old man moon begins to glow. dancing with the trees. Old man Moon begins to glow. He's joining in the late, late show. Birds that should be chirping started chirping a song. While fireflies are gleaming, we kiss, kiss all night long. Then we amble back to my front door, say goodnight, and then we kiss some more. Guess you know I love you so. It started at the late, 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 late. It started at the late, late show. Here's another great outdoor kind of song about the moon. Actually, this song is about no moon. No moon at all, what a night. Even fireflies have dimmed their light. Stars have disappeared from sight and there's no moon at all. Don't make a sound, it's so dark. Even Fido is afraid to bark. What a perfect chance to park and there's no moon at all. Should we want atmosphere for inspiration, dear? One kiss could make it clear. Tonight is bright and bright moonlight might interfere. No moon at all up above. This is nothing like they told us of. Just to think we fell in love and there's no moon at all. No moon at all, what a night. Even fireflies have dimmed their light. Stars have disappeared from sight and there's no moon at all. No moon at all, it's so dark. Even Fido is afraid to bark. What a perfect chance to park and there's no moon at all. Should we want atmosphere for inspiration, dear? One kiss could make it clear that the bright moonlight might interfere. No moon at all up above. This is nothing like they told us of. Just to think we fell in love and there's no moon at all. Might interfere. No moon at all up above. This is nothing like they told us of. Just to think we fell in love and there's no moon at all. What a night. Stars are gone from sight. Snap along. Fireflies have dimmed their light and there's no moon at all. It's so dark. Fido is afraid to bark. What a perfect chance to park and there's no moon at all. No moon at all. No moon at all. No moon at all. No moon at all, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, God, I'm glad you're here. I apologize for the late start. we got our signals crossed. I think I made a mistake because I think my iPad was set on my other page. And so we were broadcasting. I'm just singing along. We're having a great time. And then I realized that not much is happening. And my producer and partner, Doug, is running back and forth. And finally I said, is everything okay? And we found out everything really wasn't okay. So in case you just joined us, so Doug, I apologize to you. In case you just joined us, my name is Billy Stritch. You're in Billy's place. I'm having a martini because I'm having a martini. And we're finally on the right page. So thank you for hanging out and joining us. And again, I apologize for the late start. It's a whole brave new world we're in here. I'm delighted. Oh, so people are watching. My friend Kasira is watching from Santa Fe, New Mexico. She's a Dallas girl. And she just moved to Santa Fe and she's having the best time there. She's a character and a fantastic singer. And one of my dear friends, Kasira. And Mark Ramsey from Dallas. Oh, Dallas is in the house, actually. Mark Ramsey, who's been watching me every week. You're here, so you stuck with it. You know, if you were on my page and nothing happened, if you know me, you know something was going to happen. I didn't just forget about it. So, and then, one of my dear best friends for many, many years, my friend Chuck Alexander, is watching also from Dallas. And I love that you're watching, Chuck. I'm going to do some songs that you're going to love in just a little bit. Before I go any further, now where do I have to, what am I going to say? Because I did all this once and I forgot what I said before. Oh, so back to drinking actually. I wanted to do a special toast for some friends of mine. Sue Cameron, here's to you in Palm Springs. Mark Voris, here's to you. And Sam West, you guys are special. You're all special, but I want to drink a special toast to you. Very nice. So this is weird to be coming to you from my house, but it's also quite a challenge because we're trying to make some production value and get some lighting in here. But the challenge for me is to put together a new set every week. And actually, I'm kind of loving that. I loved it the last Thursday when I did a show, and then I did 2 daytime shows before that. And it's wonderful because what I'm doing is rediscovering songs that I've loved for a long time, as well as taking your requests during the week, and also any ideas that you might have, because I have a feeling this is going to be going on for a few weeks to come. Such a weird time we're in, as I've mentioned, and as everybody knows. In case you didn't know, we're not doing much about going outside. Certainly not musicians like me. There's not a lot of working in clubs or in concert halls these days. So this is my way to get my music out to you. And if you're enjoying it, and if you're having a really good time, and if you're able to, I certainly would appreciate any sort of contribution you want to kick my way. And there are 2 ways you can do that: via Venmo at Billy-Stritch, S-T-R-I-T-C-H, don't forget that second T, and then PayPal at, it's bstritch at yahoo.com. I'm going to hold that up there for just a second so you can see it. And don't worry, I'll do it again in the show. But certainly not expected, and you don't have to. Just enjoy the music. If you feel moved, send me a little something, and that would be great. When I was putting together the set, those first 2 songs got me thinking about the moon and the nighttime, and of course living right here across from the park in New York. We had a lovely day today. It's getting to be that finally springtime weather. And I was inspired to sing a Cole Porter song for you now. This is a song that he wrote back in 1937 from the musical Rosalie. While the wood of my window as I love you. Are you my life to be? My dream come true. Or will this dream of mine fade out of sight like the moon growing dim on the rim of the hill, and the chill still of the night. That's Cole Porter in The Still of the Night, 1937. Here's another medley of two songs, a medley of two songs, and the first one is a Cole Porter song. I've been doing this medley for, yikes, since the mid-'80s for sure. This is one of the first arrangements I ever put together for myself. Way back when I was working with a vocal group called Montgomery Plant and Stritch, I used to sing this song in the nightclubs all the time. And my sweet, sweet niece, Lindsay Trigg, always loved this song from when time she was a little girl. She loved this arrangement. And so like a week ago, she requested this arrangement. She said, not the song the way you do the song. So it's a, and I knew exactly what she meant. It's a medley of two songs. The first one's a Cole Porter song. And then I blend it with a song written by one of my other idols, the great Antonio Carlos Jobim. And to sing this song, I need to drink some water. If you're just joining me, this is Billy's Place. I'm Billy Stritch. We did get a late start, but we are singing the whole set anyway. So, Lindsay, this is for you. Lindsay is sequestered down in Galveston, Texas, with my mom and my sister and all the babies. So they are in a safe place for a few days, just enjoying each other and the sunny weather, I hope. Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you. Night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you. Day and night, night and day, under the hide of me. There's no such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment will be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. This is just a little song that built upon a single note. Other notes are bound to follow, but the root is still this note. Now this new one is the consequence of the one we just went through, as I'm bound to be the unavoidable consequence of you. There's so many people who can talk, just say nothing. I mean nothing. I reason about the Jesus self, and I must do nothing. I mean nothing, so I come back to my one note, as I must come back to you. I will pour into that one note all the love I feel for you. Anyone who wants the whole show, ring me, boss, and let me go. They will find that there is no show better play the note, you know. There's so many people who can talk, just say nothing. I mean nothing. I have these about the pieces telephone, I'm like, what is nothing? Wow, nothing. So I come back to my one note, as I must come back to you. I will pour into that one note all the love I feel for you. Anyone who wants the whole show, ring me, boss, and let you know. They will find that there is no show better play the note, you know. Night and day, you are the one, only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you. Night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you. Day and night, night and day, under the hide of thee. There's no such a hungry yearning burning inside of thee, and its torment will me through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day, day and night, night and day, day and night and day and night and day and night and day, night and day. Wow. Well, that's a lot of lyrics, I have to say. And it's a lot to wrap my mouth around, especially after a few sips of my martini. Oh God, Doug is telling me that Sally Mays is watching. Sally, you remember me doing that arrangement. Oh my God, I was so much younger then I could actually breathe through it. I should have rehearsed that today. What was I thinking? Lindsay, I love you. That was for you and only you, and I would only do that for you. Casey Paul, my darling Casey Paul is watching. Oh my God, she's the most fashionable person I know, and also the brightest. Oh, fantastic. She always makes me smile. And speaking of making me smile, don't you love the segue? Jackie Sanders is watching. Jackie and Bill are watching. Friends of mine for a long time. Bill is a fantastic percussionist. He is the best percussionist, certainly in New York, probably in the country. And plays countless Broadway shows, and we'll be back doing that soon. And Jackie is a fantastic actress and singer and instrumentalist, and just all-around talented person, a really brilliantly talented actress. And you guys are watching me tonight. I'm just running off. I'm so nervous. We got such a weird start tonight, and we started late. In case you're just joining us, we started on the wrong channel, but we're here, and it makes me feel good that all of you are here. I probably shouldn't do this when I have another sip of my drink. Yeah. Breathe, right? Doug is saying, calm down and breathe. This is what's going to make me calm down and breathe. I'm going to sing 2 Brazilian songs for you. Kind of my favorite kind of music. And my friend Lori Kramer, who lives with her wonderful husband Steve down in Palm Beach. They are in a wonderful place right now. They are listening tonight, and this is a request. The first song is a request from Lori, and I know why she wanted it, because she, as well as me, are huge fans of the great singer Paulo Szot. And I play for Paulo when I can in nightclub engagements. And Lori doesn't miss a show. And this is a song that Paulo did in a show a few years ago. And so Lori requested of this. Two songs, actually. The first one is called Triste, and the second one is called Someone to Light Up My Life. Sad is to live in solitude, far from your tranquil altitude. Sad is to know that no one can ever live on a dream that never can be, never will be. Dreamer awake, wake up and see. Your beauty is an aeroplane, so high my heart can't stand the strain. A heart that stops when you pass by, only to cause me pain. Sad is to live in solitude. Where shall I look for the love to replace you? Someone to light up my life. Someone with strange little ways, eyes like a blue autumn haze. Someone with your laughing style and a smile that I know will keep haunting me endlessly. Sometimes in stars are the swift flight of seabirds. I catch a moment of you. That's why I walk all alone, searching for something unknown, searching for something or someone to light up my life. Sometimes in stars, on a swift flight of seabirds, I catch a moment of you. That's why I walk alone, searching for something unknown, searching for something or someone to light up my love. Two wonderful Brazilian songs that I love very much. That's for you, Lori Kramer. As I introduced last week when I did this show, the first time, one of the features that I thought might be fun was a feature of the show called Shuffle Songs. And it's not songs that are like a shuffle, but it's songs that I run across on my iPhone when I'm out walking the dogs in the park. I've got like 11,000 songs on my phone, but Lord knows, it's a lot of things I've downloaded, I haven't listened to, things I forgot I had, and occasionally something pops up that I'm like, oh, I love that, and I want to do it, and this is that song this week. This is the really sweet undiscovered gem that I first heard. Well, the only version I've heard was by Margaret Whiting. And Margaret was a wonderful, wonderful friend of mine. She first came to hear my vocal group, Montgomery Planted Stritch, at the Algonquin years ago. Actually, before that, when we worked at the ballroom years ago, she would come to see us and really was one of our first big supporters. And not only that, I remember wonderful lunches that I would have with Maggie Whiting. She lived right down the street from me at 40 Central Park South with her husband, Jack Wrangler, and I love Jack too. They were quite a couple, an interesting, eccentric couple. He was an interesting guy. If you don't know him, look him up. But they were a very devoted and very sweet couple and really in love. And so Maggie would ask me over to have lunch downstairs at a restaurant called La Tuilerie, which is long gone. It was replaced by Mickey Mantle's, and now it's Sarah Beth's Kitchen, and who knows, and now it's closed. But I would have lunch with her there, and then we would go upstairs, and she would play wonderful music for me by Johnny Mercer, who was her mentor, or songs by her father, Richard Whiting. Anyway, this is a song that she recorded in 1980, and it was a song Johnny Mercer wrote. I believe, as near as I could tell, he wrote this for her in 1975, words and music. It has not been recorded outside of this particular recording by Margaret Whiting. This is called You Go Your Way. You go your way, I'll go my way, but let's walk a ways together while we may. You live your life, I'll live my life, but let's share the sunny weather on this bright, sunny day. All too soon the road will turn, our pathways will part. All we have to offer is the love in our heart. So you sing your song, I'll sing my song. We may even share a touch of auld lang syne. Then you go your way to your golden doorway and wish me well as I go mine. All too soon the road will turn, the pathways will part. All we have to offer is the love in our hearts. So you sing your song, I'll sing my song. We may even share a touch of auld lang syne. Then you go your way Isn't that pretty? Sad, melancholy, sweet, but very, very pretty. Johnny Mercer, 1975, he wrote that. Words and music, sung by the great Margaret Whiting. It's on an album that she did called Too Marvelous for Words, and it's really fantastic. She was one of my favorite singers and one of my great, great friends back in the day, and I think about her all the time, especially when she pops up on my iPhone in the park. It's always a delight. If you're just joining me, it's Billy Stritch and Billy's Place, and we're having a great time singing some songs for you tonight. This is my usual time slot, Thursdays at 8, except tonight, Thursdays at 8:14. But that's okay, we got a late start, and I feel like most of you have joined me now. It's taken me about this long to calm down. Anyway, if you're having a good time and you're enjoying the music and you're able to, please, I welcome all gratuities and tips because it is very encouraging. We bought a screen, we bought colored lights, we've got a ring light.
Big bottle of vodka.
We've got a big bottle of vodka. Doug bought me the big boy sized bottle of vodka. We've got 2 dogs to feed. Oh my goodness. They're finally getting groomed next week, which is great. We found somebody where we can hand them off and they're going to do that. Meredith Patterson?
Moore.
Oh, Meredith Moore.
Sorry.
I only know 2. And Meredith Vieira. I'm sorry, Meredith Moore is watching. My wife, Meredith Moore. Oh my God, how could I forget you? Wife is watching. It's very sad that Meredith, my wife, and I have been quarantined apart from each other, but that's the way it goes. We actually are better suited apart most of the time. Joan Crow, oh my God. Joan Crow, I miss you at Cast Party. That's how we always play her on. And Chris Boris is watching. Chris, you're so funny. You always leave great comments. Whenever I do a Mel Torme song, you go, Melzy. And whenever, I mean, you're hilarious. Bubala. Chris, you're watching. That's great. You're all here tonight. Did I do the pitch? Did I just start it and then I didn't do it?
Do it again.
Billy-Stritch, Venmo. And then billystritch@yahoo.com at PayPal. Doug says do it again.
If you start to play the same song, I'll tell you.
Okay, good. Well, I know we repeated the first 3 because God knows where we were. I was doing it. I was really good, in case you missed it. But you're here for the second time. Little drink. Okay, my friend Sam Miro requested this song 2 days ago. That's what's great. So I'm not taking requests in real time. I can barely do this in real time. But I will be taking your requests in the comments, and you can also write me via Facebook Messenger. I'm easy to find. And send me your comments and your ideas for themes for shows. But this one popped up yesterday, and why wouldn't I want to do this song? Written by Rodgers and Hart. This is from Babes in Arms. She's wined and dined on mulligan stew and never wished for turkey as she hitched and hiked and grifted too from Maine to Albuquerque. And last she missed the Beaux-Arts ball, and what is twice as sad, she was never at a party where they honored Noel Cad. But social circles spin too fast, you see. Her hobohemia is the place to be. She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She likes the theater but never goes late. She'd never bother with people she hates. That's why the lady is a tramp. She don't like crap games with barons and earls. Won't go to Harlem in ermine and pearls. Won't closed windshield and she reads every line. That's why the lady is a tramp. She likes a prize fight that isn't her fate. She likes the rowing down on Central Park Lake. She goes to opera and she stays wide awake. That's why the lady is a tramp. She likes the green grass under her shoes. What can she lose? She's flat, that's that. She's all alone when they lower her lamp. That's why the lady is a tramp. So what? She's all alone when she lowers her lamp. That's why the lady, that's why the lady, that's why the lady is a tramp. Sam, that is for you. Rodgers and Hart. The Lady is a Tramp. So much fun. I love that song. Okay. So I promised you in my teaser today for the show that I would take us on a trip to the zoo. So that's what I'm going to do. Here's a song that was written by Cy Coleman, who, if you follow me, you know that he is really one of my favorites. And I always try to include something by him in almost every show. And the lyrics are written by Alan Sherman, the guy who wrote Hello Mata, Hello Fata, and he was, he wrote all those novelty songs. This is from 1966, and it's a story about right over here at the Central Park Zoo. There is a large, dark aardvark in the park. They say he's missing from the zoo, and the police are looking high and low, and they have not seen him. Have you? Why did he go? Oh, I'll tell you the reason, 'cause it's aardvark mating season. When an aardvark makes a date, he slips right through that old zoo gate. So if you see two aardvarks necking in the park, don't upset their apple cart. Do not be a spy, you are not the FBI. You should never break an aardvark's heart. Words to live by. To be an aardvark is not easy, folks, 'cause all you get to eat is ants. And all the other animals make jokes at your attempts to find romance. Nobody laughs at hippopotamuses or at fat rhinoceroses, but an aardvark makes them howl, because he's neither fish nor fowl. He's like a kangaroo in love with a canoe, and that's what makes the zoo folks laugh. All of this is so, and this is how I know I'm your friendly neighborhood giraffe. That's the large, dark aardvark song, and because Aardvark has two A's in it. The title of the song is the Large, L-A-A-R-G-E, Dark, D-A-A-R-K, Aardvark song. And that was written by Cy Coleman and Alan Sherman in 1966. That's kind of a fun little song. I got to do a whole show of Cy Coleman music. Songs like that, songs that weren't really famous songs. There were a few of those, but a lot of these were songs that were cut from shows or songs that had been in his trunk that never worked into certain things. And we got to do this at the 90 Second Street Y about 4 years ago with my friend Nicholas King and Debbie Boone and Gabrielle Stravelli and LaTanya Hall. And Jay Linhart, the great bass player, sang that song. He came out front with the bass and sang the song. Mark Payne is watching tonight. I love it. Mark and I go way, way back to Houston back in the day. He is now a multi-Emmy Award-winning designer. And, you know, who knew you were going to go as far as you did? I did. Larry Kirshner is watching. Larry's a fantastic songwriter. He watches me every week and sends along good wishes. And Gabrielle Stravelli, the aforementioned Gabrielle, is watching, which is fantastic. She is one of the most amazing singers there is. She's got great recordings out. So I'm so happy you guys are watching. If you just joined me, I'm Billy Stritch. This is Billy's Place. This is the second episode. And as I mentioned before, we got a little bit of a late start. But if you're here, you're here. So that's it. All right, I'm going to have an olive now. This is a jalapeno olive, so I think it's going to work well for the next song. Delicious. This is interesting television, isn't it? Maybe that wasn't a good idea.
Would you need something to drink?
No, I'm good. I got water. Doug's asked if I need some drink. No, but I just didn't anticipate having to chew for so long. Okay. Right with you. Attractive. We'll cut that out in post. That won't make the final cut. So this next song, another Cy Coleman song. Cy Coleman. And Carolyn Lee, his probably most famous, may have been his favorite collaborator. They certainly created some wonderful songs together. And this is a song that I've been doing for a long time. I recorded this on my very first CD back in 1991. And it's been a mainstay in my shows. And if I ever get asked, which I do quite often, what my favorite song is, it's hard to answer. But if I had to pick just one, I would not be proud to say this song. I think this would be a good choice. Cy Coleman and Carolyn Lee. This is for my friend Avi and so many others. Actually, there were quite a few that requested this song, and I appreciate that because I'm glad you like my rendition. It's called "It Amazes Me." My height, just average. My weight, just average. And my IQ is like you'd estimate, just average. But evidently she does not agree. Consequently, if I seem at sea, it amazes me. It simply amazes me. What she sees in me dazzles me, dazes me. That I've learned to clip my wings and soften my ways. These are ordinary things, unworthy of praise. just knowing I'd try for her. When so many would, if they could, die for her. I'm the one who's worldly wise, and nothing much fazes me. But to see me in her eyes just amazes me. That I've learned to clip my wings and soften my ways. These are ordinary things, unworthy of praise. Yet she praises me. Just knowing I try for her. When so many would, if they could, gladly die for her. I'm the one who's worldly wise, and nothing much fazes me. But to see me in her eyes, it just amazes me. Thank you very much. That's one of my favorite songs, It Amazes Me, by Cy Coleman and Carolyn Lee. I have this one note on my piano that won't hold the tune at all. So if you go, it's the bottom, it's the E, and that's the note I just hit. I just didn't want you musicians out there to think I hit a wrong note, because here's what happens. From this E, it goes... Yeah, that's not the right note, but that's the note. Anyway, isn't that interesting? So you guys join me tonight. Thank you so much. If you join me late, it's Billy Stritch, and it's Billy's Place. And Doug, I can't remember if I mentioned these other people when I came back and did this the second go around, so I'm just going to do it again. This is such an interesting time, because all of us are putting out content in a way that we've never really had to do it before. We're so used to going out to clubs and concert halls and being with you and actually getting to share it with an audience. But this time we're in now has forced us inside, and so we're doing it all the best way we know how. And so my dear friend Jim Caruso is doing this every Monday. Jim has been the host of an evening called Cast Party at Birdland, and I've been the accompanist and the house band leader for that for 18 years off and on. He's been doing it all that time. And now he's doing a thing called Pajama Cast Party, and it comes on his YouTube channel at 8 o'clock on Monday nights, so you have to check that out. My friend Russ Kassoff, who is a fantastic piano player, I first met Russ in 1991 when he was playing for Liza Minnelli. And he played for Liza for many years, played for Frank Sinatra for many years, plays with Rita Moreno. He is one of the finest pianists that you could ever hear, and an authority on certainly Sinatra, but knows so many songs. He's doing a live everyday broadcast at 12:45 on his Ross Kassoff Pro page, Ross Kassoff Music. And he plays for an hour every day, and he doesn't repeat a song. Today was his 53rd show, and he has not repeated a song. I don't know how you could go that long without, because you know, if this goes on 53 weeks, you're going to hear me repeat some songs. I'm just saying it right now. This is the second week, and I'm already thinking, what can I do next week that I did from last week? I won't do that to you. As I mentioned before, I'll be taking requests all week through the messages and through private messages and however you can reach me. So if you have ideas for requests, please let me know. And one more thing I'm very excited about. Right before we went on the air, my good friend, who's a fantastic pianist, B.G. Adair, and her assistant, manager, and singer, Monica Ramey, wrote me to confirm that we're going to be together online in about a month. B.G. Adair, if you don't know, is the most dreamy, fantastic, delicious, delightful piano player ever. She doesn't know how to play a bad chord. All of her chords are perfection. She's made dozens of albums, and after we say goodnight, go and download something by B.G. Adair, B-E-E-G-I-E, Adair. You will not hear better piano playing, better taste. She is the epitome of what good music is all about. And she and her assistant and manager, Monica Ramey, perform together. Monica is a fantastic singer who just knows how to wrap her heart and soul around a great lyric from the Great American Songbook. Anyway, they're doing a show called Happy Hour with B.G. Adair, and it's on B.G.'s YouTube music page, B.G. Adair Music, and I'm going to be her guest on June the 12th. So that's a little ways off, and I'll be mentioning it again, but it will be on her page live, and then it will be archived there for the future. One more time before I say goodnight, I just wanted to mention this again. If you've had a good time and you're able to contribute a little something to help this go on week after week, since I can't seem to leave the apartment, there are two ways you can do it. Via Venmo at Billy-Stritch and via PayPal at, BillyStritch@yahoo.com. Great. Do we have any more people that have been watching us tonight?
We do. This is all because we didn't have water today in the apartment. This is what happens.
Oh yeah, our water was shut off in the apartment today, and so it threw us in a tailspin. We got a late start. Everything went on late, but it doesn't matter because you guys are here, and I've had such a great time singing for all of you, and we're going to do it again next week, and we'll be on time next week, I do promise. So these things happen. You know, we've never done this before because, you know, I know how to get on time to a club, but I don't know how to get on time to this. But next week, I promise you I will. I wonder if there's anything else I need to be saying. Just a big thank you, and I hope that you come back to see me next week. I'm going to close with a little medley of 2 songs to kind of send you off on your merry way. Thank you for joining me. It's been kind of dreamy for me, I have to say. In spite of the technical challenges, I've had a wonderful time, and I hope you have too. Put your dreams away for another day, and I will take their place in your heart, wishing on a star never got you far. So it's time to make a new start. When your dreams at night fade before you, then I'll have the right to adore you. Let your kiss confess this is happiness. hold tight, baby. We'll be swinging up in dreamland all night, baby. Where the little cherubs trot. Look at that knocked out moon, then a blow and it's top in the blue. Never saw the likes of you. What an angel. Bye-bye, baby. Time to hit the road to dreamland. Don't cry, baby. It was divine, but the rooster has finally crowed. Time to hit the road. Time to hit the road, babies. Thanks for joining me. It's been fun. I think Billy's Place is a good idea, don't you? Let me know your requests and your ideas for future shows. Write me this week and give me all your input. And I'll see you here next Thursday at 8 o'clock. Have a great week. Look at that knocked out blue, been a blow and it's top in the blue. Never saw the likes of you. What an angel. Bye-bye, baby. Time to hit the road to dreamland. Don't cry, baby. It was divine, but the rooster has finally grown. It's time to hit the road. Time to hit the road. You guys have a great week. I love you. I'll see you in a week.